Snellen has been the first and last word in vision evaluation since 1862. But we now know that even a patient with 20/20 Snellen acuity can have difficulty detecting a hazard like this in low-light conditions. The fact is, Snellen's high-contrast images and well-lit environment are very different from many of the real-world situations that patients encounter every day. Recent studies make it clear that Snellen is an incomplete gauge of functional vision, a term that describes our ability to see clearly while performing daily activities in varying levels of light.
Whoa! Careful, honey, there could be a car coming.
Recent clinical studies have shown that a loss of functional vision can make it more difficult to detect objects and road markings, such as the ones in this comparison. In view of these new findings, it is critical for physicians to embrace a more comprehensive view of functional vision and to employ the technologies that best serve their patients in the real world. One particular intraocular lens represents a truly exciting advancement in this area: the tecnis foldable lens with patented Z-sharp optic technology. Developed using wavefront technology, tecnis is the first and only IOL with a clinically demonstrated ability to improve functional vision. It is also the only IOL likely to provide a meaningful safety benefit to elderly drivers and to those who share the road with them. Wavefront analyses of the aging eye show that patients after cataract surgery have no better functional vision than patients of the same age with no cataract. In the youthful eye, negative spherical aberration of the lens compensates for positive spherical aberration of the cornea, producing a crisp image on the retina. But in the aging eye, the lens gradually loses its ability to compensate for the cornea and functional vision declines. Unfortunately, traditional spherical IOLs create spherical aberration, similar to what occurs in the aging eye. As a result, post-operative cataract patients receiving a spherical IOL may have improved Snellen acuity, but do not gain improved functional vision. Engineers at Pfizer have used wavefront sensing to invent the tecnis lens with Z-sharp optic technology. Innovative tecnis features a patented modified prolate anterior surface that produces negative spherical aberration, which compensates for the positive spherical aberration of the cornea.
Standard intraocular lenses today do not address the higher order aberrations present in the eye. They do a good job of correcting spherical equivalent refractive error, but they don't address spherical aberration. The aging eye has increased spherical aberration, and when we implant a standard IOL, we do no better than the aging eye already was before it had a cataract.
As demonstrated by this bar graph, in a controlled clinical trial using wavefront analysis, tecnis significantly reduced spherical aberration compared to a traditional spherical IOL.
Historically, vision has been measured by the Snellen chart, which is seeing the black letters on a white background. We've known, especially since the 1960s and 70s, that that's not a good way of measuring vision. The Snellen chart tells us very little about contrast. And if we look around the room anywhere, look around the world, what we see are objects of different sizes and different contrasts. And then the question becomes, how do we measure this vision? If we bring them into the lane and we measure it with a high contrast Snellen chart, they may read the letters. But the doctor doesn't understand the letters they're reading are not black on white, they're really gray on white. And that loss of contrast that makes the Snellen chart go from black to gray means when they now get out into the real world, objects will disappear from their view.
In a controlled clinical study that simulated night driving, the tecnis lens significantly improved pedestrian identification distance for night drivers compared with traditional spherical intraocular lenses. As you can see by this graphic, patients with the tecnis lens were able to perceive pedestrians in the crosswalk from 45 feet farther away than patients with traditional spherical IOLs. No wonder leading ophthalmologists are so excited about the tecnis foldable lens.
We've had the opportunity for more than a year to work with the tecnis IOL. This is a wavefront technology IOL that has a modified prolate anterior surface which compensates for the spherical aberration of the cornea. Many of our patient population have spontaneously commented on the excellent quality of their vision after having had this lens implanted.
Oh, look, Michael. Spring is coming. Can you believe it?
So remember, if your patients were to encounter nothing but Snellen charts along the road, any quality IOL would do. But for real-world situations like driving, your patients deserve Tecnis with Z-Sharp optic technology, the first and only IOL that improves functional vision, with the likelihood of a meaningful safety benefit for elderly drivers and for those who share the road with them. The time has come to go beyond Snellen.
Tecnis with Z-Sharp optic technology, defining functional vision.
For more information about Tecnis, please visit Pfizer at booth number 1737.